This is a HausHill Original Podcast.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. So good, baby, baby. See you chunks on top.
Thou shalt not hate.
It was all a dream.
When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you had the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. And then you gotta tell those Al Bundy stories. You remember when right now is my time and my moment, thanks to the fans, thanks to the accident, thanks to God, thanks to Rockefeller, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, G, my mother, Rhyme Fest, everyone that's helped me. And I plan to celebrate. I plan to celebrate and scream. Everybody asked me the question. They wanted to know, what kind? I know he's gonna wild out and he's gonna do something crazy. Everybody wanted to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
All I can do is just do what I feel is right and believe in and make the best music I can and hope that it overcomes every time, because that's my responsibility, to keep putting out groundbreaking music. The greatest thing that a man has to give to anyone, whether it's their kids or whether it's their wife, is time. And how much time do we spend, chasing the American dream or chasing money and materialistic things? And how much time do we actually give to the women and children? That message is what people need to leave with the most, I think. It's always good to express what you're going through, to be expressive, because these songs might help other people for what they're going through. Especially, what's weird is there's nobody who speaks on a man's behalf of the way we really feel. What's the last album done by a very macho guy that expressed feelings and emotion, talked about heart, not just sex and pretty girls and cars, but actually kids and love and family and success and time distribution.
How do you feel?
Still. Patient. And blessed. We'll take the entire design team to zone and talk about, where we'd like to take these ideas. And I mean, it's a painting, it's a spirit that's inside of it that's now translated into these miniature vehicles. With my mom passing, one of her goals is she really supported me, and she always wanted me to be the best I could be and not get hung up on the small things and stuff. So with her not being here to try to talk me into doing things, I would try to just do things that I think she would want me to do. I decided to subscribe to my own philosophies of life. Mm-hmm. Not to particularly, I was raised as a Christian and Baptist and different things, and I would see things in different religions that all sort of matched up. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to be a little bit less specific and just come up with theories that I thought applied to my life and applied to someone's life thousands of years ago. Mm-hmm. And I would always think of philosophies and apply them to my raps, and think of just little quick sayings and stuff like that. And I wanted to just map them, just get them in a book and make it for non-readers like myself, because I'm all about not reading. Me and my friend Zakiah Sandifer designed the book to just get quick inspirational quotes throughout it, and it's called Thank You and You're Welcome, because every moment in life should be both parties should be able to say thank you and you're welcome. And one of the first parts of the book, I say get used to getting used. And the word use has such a negative connotation, but it's not negative. It's to abuse, overuse someone that's negative. To use is necessary, and if you can't use someone or can't be used, then you're useless. Well, that's what people need to realize about artists and people who dedicate their life and go to the hospital and back to bring joy, that they should be loved and treated like how you would treat your grandmother giving you a cake, because these things are made to bring uncalculable joy. I finished it like in 3 weeks. I had all these ideas, and I just wanted to, I just needed to get it out as an artistic vision of what I wanted to do and what I felt. And people talked about changing the name on the album because everyone's so used to me just rapping on the album. And I was like, I don't have a rapper's name. I'm Kanye West, so whatever I do, that's what I do. That's what I feel at the time. And I feel like I have really good taste, and anyone who likes it probably just has good taste also. And it's like, if you don't, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's, Da Vinci, a lot of people, I'm 42 years old, a lot of other greatest of our artists of all time at age 40 say, I'm tired of doing what everybody wants me to do. And Da Vinci's like, I'm tired of painting these portraits for the rich elite women, and I want to go and do bridges. We have to add science behind it. Now, I think Yeezy, I definitely think there was a breakthrough in what we did in the 350s and the 700s, but still there's things when we're looking at color palettes, it's kind of been more of an opinion on something than it was a complete innovation. So now, today, that's what me and Steven are here to talk about, is how Yeezy is going into innovation, and we are, we moved the headquarters to Cody, Wyoming. We have a 4,000-acre ranch and a couple other properties out there. We're going to be farming and going seed to sow, and have our own cotton hydroponic farm and our own hemp farm and our own wheat farm, so we can see every element, and getting into, how we can have less impact with the dyes, because our color is a big signature of the brand, but also dyeing is one of the main things that's impacting the planet and the fashion industry. So just being responsible from A to Z, and what happens even as we're bringing within the next 2 years, our goal is to bring the manufacturing back to America, South America, and North America, and bring it back stateside, and also to present jobs for people back here. One project that's gotten a lot of media coverage, but I haven't really heard talked about much, is building the housing that was torn down. What's been called Star Wars housing, Star Wars inspired housing. I assume is not actually inspired by George Lucas, but maybe. Tell me where that was born from. Tell me what you want to do with it. Is that going to Cody? Is that part of Yeezy? How do we think about Yeezy and where it's going? Because I hear themes of sustainability. I've heard you say you want to hire a workforce out of prison. Obviously, you have a strong direction for it. The building restrictions are way lax in Cody. That's one of the reasons why we got the land there, so we can think. Dayton, Ohio, the Wright brothers, they needed a chance to think, or we wouldn't have flight today. It's like, if the world only knew the capabilities of what we have, the press would get out of the way and stop downing. I know it happens throughout history, but it stopped. Because you thought you were going to go to design, but the domes relate to this too. So,
well, the domes are obviously about more than just design.
So I have 300 acres in Calabasas, 312 acres because we've got our little golden situation inside Hidden Hills, and we have this like 300 acres. And one of the domes, so we were testing the size of the domes, and we do 50 feet, 35 feet high or something, and one of the domes were 10 feet too high, and it was fine. We were just testing it. We're going to take it down anyway. But they came and said, you got to take it down. Okay, that's fine.
But then they went to the media to tell them that they told me to take it down. Your dome is 10 feet too high, boy. Your dome is 10 feet too high. 10 feet on my own 300-acre property? And we could have handled it like this. But you wanted to go to the press before to let everyone know that you were tearing down Kanye's domes.
They were worried the planes were going to hit at that height, I think, 10 feet.
Yeah.
But what is the idea of those domes? Like, what is the larger idea there? What do you hope to iterate those into? Because I know iteration is a big part of what you do.
I have absolutely no hopes.
Yeah.
I only do.
What do you want to do? What are you going to do then?
Create the t-shirt. The t-shirt of homes. Homes are a big, big representation of classism and separation and protectionism. The idea that somehow this one little fence can make the difference. This gated fence can make the difference, and say, this person hasn't made it in life, I made it in life, so I need to be behind this gate right here. So to create something where the actual information, people used to get killed for proportions. You know, proportions were sacred, not a Gucci logo, because the proportions give us the space to maximize who we are. We are God's iPhone. We are God's machines. He created us. So if the iPhone had its choice, he'd probably say, I only want to just lay on my back, charge up all day long. I don't want any of this extra. I'm not going to name any other brands that are in the iPhones, the Apple store. I'm not going to drop. So, hey, that's the same thing for our space.